Hello friends, welcome to Core Semantic and welcome to the video tutorial of C programming. We are studying structures in C programming. So this video will cover the concept of array of structure in C programming. So let us start. So all of you are familiar with the concept of arrays, right? When we create an array, if we need any particular data in vast amount, say you want to store the 100 integers. Okay, so what you will do? You will say int x of size 100. Means whenever there is necessity to store the data, same type of data in vast amount, in that case we use the concept of array, right? Similarly, till now we have studied the concept of structure, right? We created a structure for student, we created a structure for employee, okay? But at that time we just created one or two variables, right? But suppose if I want to store details of 100 employees, in that case definitely it is not feasible to create 100 variables of a type employee because it is very hard to manage. But instead of that, if I create an array of structure, something like this, say as in that we have a employee structure, if I say struct employee e of size 100, okay, then definitely it will be easy for me to manage it, right? Because when you are defining an array, you can use a loop to accept the value, you can use a loop to perform the manipulation on your data or on your array, so it becomes rather easy than creating 100 separate variables. So as we can create an array of primitive data type, means primitive data type means what? The data types given by the language. So here integer is given by the language. So in the same way, we can create an array of structure type. Structure data type is actually created by us. It is user defined data type. Integer is language data type. So as we can create an array of language data type, similarly we can create an array of user defined data type also. You have to just specify the name of array and in square bracket you have to specify the size. While declaration, whatever you specify, it is what? It is size. And then after, whenever you are going to use this array name, it will be attached with subscript. Means always now what you have to say? E of I. You can't say E. You have to say E of I. Remember this thing. Okay, and then after you have to specify the dot and whatever is the member name. Say ID, then E of I dot name, E of I dot salary, and etc. And similarly, the value of I will range from, it will range from 0 to size minus 1. Here in this case our size is what? 100. So my I will range from 0 to 99. So you have to take care of the upper bound and upper bound and lower bound, because there will be no error at compile time if you specify the wrong index value. So it is totally a responsibility of a programmer to specify lower bound and upper bound correctly. So I hope you understand this concept of declaring the array of structure. Okay, so let us see one example here. So here we are going to create account structure. Okay, so struct account. Basically it is a bank account. Okay, so what you need to store related to bank account? We need to store account number, we need to store account holder's name, then what is the balance of account holder, and what is the type of your account, right? So let us define these members. So let us define account number of type integer. So int ACCT NO account number, Then account holder will be a character array, which is nothing but a string. So account holder, say of size 100. Then account type. So account type will be also of type string. So account type. So it can be a saving account, it can be current account, it can be overdraft account, anything. Okay. So of size say 20. And the most important thing is balance, right? Okay. So we're done with the structure definition. Now I want to store a details of 100 accounts or 10 accounts. So what will I do? I can create an array of that. So let us write a main program here. So void main. So to declare an array, what you have to do? Struct account. We specify our data type, struct account, and then after we have to specify the array name, say A of size 10. So time being we will store the details of 10 accounts. Okay, so that's why I created an array of size 10. Now the next thing is that we have to input a detail for this account, right? So what I have to do, I have to accept the details of all the accounts, that is account number, account holder, account type, and balance, all this information for 10 accounts. So instead of writing that scanf statement 10 times, what we can do, we can use for loop and we can iterate through that, right? So let us declare variable to hold the index of array. Then for I is equal to 0, I less than 10, and I plus plus. Then here we will display message to the user, printf, enter account details. Okay, just abbreviated message. You can mention a lengthy message also, like enter account number, account holder name, account type, and balance. Okay, here I am just mentioning a small message. Then scan the value. So we are going to accept account number. Then this is string, this is also string, this is float type of value. So let us give the respective format specify here. So for account number I have to specify %d, for account holder name %s, for account type also it is %s, and then after %f for balance. Okay, now ampersand sign, our array name is A, it should attach with a subscript. So A of I dot account number, right, comma. Then we will accept the account holder name since it is of type string. I will not use ampersand here. So A of I dot account holder, that's it. Then A of I dot account type, and last one is of type float. I have to use ampersand sign. So A of I dot balance. So we're done with scan related part. Okay, let me close the for loop here. See how we accepted the value for array of structure in the same way as we do it for a normal data type, right? First of all, we specify the array name, then its subscript value, and then after we specify the dot operator and we specify the member name. See, structure is a composed data type. It is composed of other members, like see, the account structure is composed of account number, account holder, account type, balance. So you have to accept this value individually, right? So here We specify the array name, subscript value, dot operator, and the respective member of the structure that we want to scan. Quite easy. Before that, if we have a single variable of a structure, how we access it? We are accessing it like this: a dot account number, right? Just consider that suppose a is a single structure variable, but now it is array. So here you have to specify subscript symbol, right? I hope you understand this. Now what program we will do here? We already accepted the values of 10 accounts. Now what we will do? We will display the details of those account whose account type is saving. Whose account type is what? Saving. So again what I have to do? We have 10 accounts now. We have to iterate through for loop. We have to start from 0 to 10, right? And then after we will compare the value of this account type of each element in our array. If the account type is saving, then only I display the details of that account. Okay, so I hope you understand this. So let us write a code for it. We have already scanned the data. So for I is equal to 0, I less than 10, I plus plus. Okay, as I said, first of all we will check the account type of array element. So my array name is A of I dot account type, right? But account type is of type what? Account type is of type string, right? So I have to use string compare function there, right? So let me use it. strcmp, and I am using cmpi, means comparison, ignoring the case. Otherwise what happens, suppose for 10 different accounts we enter the data in different cases, so it will not match. All of you know that string compare function, normal just strcmp function perform the comparison case wise also. So we do not want to consider a case while comparison, so I am using strcmpi function. Now what I want to compare? I want to compare the account type, okay, a of I dot account type, comma, say whether it is savings or not. This is my constant string. Whatever is there in account type will be compared with this savings string. Now if both the value match, we know that string compare function returns 0. So I'll compare the result with 0. If both the string match, result will be what? 0. So if you are not aware of this part related to string comparison, there is already video prepared on this. You can watch that video. Okay, but the small or simple overview of string compare strcmpi function is that it compares both the strings. Okay, while comparison, it do not consider the case, means it is case insensitive comparison, and when both the string match, it will return 0. That's why we are comparing it with 0. So as I said, if both the string matches, then only we are going to display that account details, right? So let me print that detail. So printf, say %d, you can use tab here to separate the output, %s again /t, %f. Then after we are displaying the balance, and here I am putting the new line character, so /n. So here I'll say a of I dot account number, then a of I dot account holder, and last one is a of I dot balance. I am not displaying the account type because all we are displaying is the account of type savings. There's no need to display the account type. So we're done with this part. If that account type do not match, we do not want to do anything. So for loop will close here, and as well as my main program. So quite simple program. We just created one structure account, right? Then we created the array of it. Using for loop, we scan the details of 10 accounts, and as the output we are displaying only those accounts whose account type is saving. Okay, so quite easy. Structure with an array is also easy, right? So let us try this program in code block. So as you can see, I already type a program in code block. So necessary header files are included, that is stdio.h and string.h, because we are using strcmpi function. For that purpose, this header file is included. Account structure is created. In main function, array of account is created. Time being, I created the array of size 5. So 5 record details are accepted through scanf statement. And then after, here I just displayed the plain message, that is saving bank account details. Okay. And here I am comparing the account type with this saving word. Okay. And if both the string matches, it will it will return the value 0, and then only we are printing that account details. Okay, so let us run it and check it whether it is giving us desired output or not. So first of all, I have to enter the account number, then account holder name, say AAA. Then after, I have to specify the account type. So here I am specifying the account type in small case. Everything is in small case, saving. And then I have to specify the balance, right? So same sequence we have to follow. So 10,000 balance. Second account number, say 202. Name is BBB. Then account is current. And say balance is something 1,50,000. Then third account, say 103. Name is CCC. Then here, this is also saving account, but I'll specify it in a capital case. So say balance is 30,000. Let us create one more account, say 400. Name is XXX. Then account is recurring. And here I'll specify the balance as 50,000. The next account is 112. Say account holder name is YYY, and this is fixed deposit account, so FD, and say balance is 2 lakh. Okay, so we expect A and B, not A and C as output, because these two are saving bank account, right? The rest of the three are current, recurring and fixed deposit account. So let us hit a enter key. See, so saving bank account details AAA and CCC. Okay, okay. So I hope you enjoy this. If you have any doubts or any question, you can definitely write it to me. Thank you for watching.